All right, guys, so I wanted to go ahead and put together a real quick video for you on lilies. So this is one of our biggest questions that customers have, or I feel like customers just don't know exactly what to do with. So we sell a lot of lilies here at Earthworks. We actually just had a delivery of some that came in, so you're seeing some on top. When these guys come in, they come in these really cool hanging baskets. So in tradition, they've used these for flowers, hanging basket flowers. Well, our grower does these. He grows them in greenhouses, so we can actually get flowering lilies pretty much 364 days a year. So with the lilies, these are not set to just drop in the pond and be forgotten forever. Okay, so please remember that. This container, if we do it this year, that's fine. Next year, you really got to upgrade it. But if you took and spent a little time and upgrade it right off the bat, and if it's something you're wanting to do ahead of time, you have to let us know. But typically what we do is we install these. I'm gonna show you this in a second. This is like an upgrade. We typically take these out and we rinse. I'm not gonna do it here because it would kind of disrupt this if somebody else wants it. But I would take it out and I would rinse all the soil off of it and just get the root system, and we plant it right into the pond. It's one of the easiest things, so if you want the least amount of maintenance and you want the plant to work in the pond, for the pond, that's one way to do it. Now, if you want the most beautiful, if you're going for the most beautiful looking lily, you wouldn't do that technique. But that's the way we do it in your pond, is we rinse it out, install it in the gravel. The second way, and the way that if you're gonna do this and you wanna up it by 20, 30%, the look of your lily, you, the homeowner, are gonna have to do a little bit more work. We can't do this part for you because it's something you're gonna have to do on a more of a regular basis. So we have what's called lily containers or lily fabric pots. What's really cool about these is there's two in each one. So I got one and I got a second one here. The way these work, and you'll notice, this is the, okay, so I didn't grab the lily one, but it doesn't matter. This is still the same thing. So in essence, what you're doing is you're getting a aquatic potting soil. Do not buy a potting soil that goes in like Miracle Grow or any of those kind of things. That's horrible enough already. But you need something that's heavy so everything doesn't float up, okay? So you need to go ahead and fill this guy. You will then take that and plant that in here. And then the lily one actually has a cinch on it, so you can cinch it. And then all you're doing is dropping that somewhere low in the pond. This allows it, number one, to have soil it's growing in. So now it's growing in the soil, and this is why it's gonna do better. If we put it in the pond, we've turned it into a part of filtration. It has to grow off the fish waste and excess nutrients. We're giving it nutrients here, so it's being force fed, and this is what's gonna make it look even more beautiful. It's the same thing you would compare if you do a container garden with wonderful potting soil, either for vegetables or flowers, versus planting in the very base Florida sandy soil. Of course it's gonna do 10 times better, right? So that's the theory behind it, but you see why you kind of have to be involved, because every year you're taking it out and you're either doing another fabric pot or you're taking it out and splitting it. Whereas if it's planted in the pond, it can do its own thing and migrate, and once a year we're just cleaning up around it. So it's more of a personal choice what you'd prefer. The only thing I can say is with either one, these little fertilizer tablets, I think there's 25 in here a piece. They look like horse pills. You shove that. So what I do with these is I usually shove 2 to 3 in the soil when I plant it, and then like a month later I'll do another one. And so the idea is just go ahead and give it that extra nutrients that it needs. This is gonna give it the phosphorus, which will continue the always flowers coming out of this guy. So that's a little bit on the lilies.